Let's get into it. Coach Colin here. They are trying to make us believe that what's going on with Kamala Harris is a good thing. We've seen it before. The mainstream media, I've talked about it so many times. They're not here to bring you the news. They're here to try and shape your reality. And that's exactly what they're trying to do right now with Kamala Harris by trying to make you think that a presidential campaign without policies is actually a good thing. This is so wild, and we'll get into it after I play a bunch of these clips, but this is getting absolutely ridiculous. Listen to this.
Then you hear the criticism, oh, she has to do more interviews, she has to talk about policy. Interesting from insiders you're speaking to, they're sort of like, no, absolutely not. Haven't needed to do it so far. Why start now?
And that's exactly it. They're concerned about her doing that could potentially trip her up and give Trump some ammunition. In fact, a lot of those Democrats I spoke to today said avoid those policy prescriptions.
I haven't heard from many voters looking for white papers and policy papers. What they want to hear is what her vision is for this country.
The American people don't vote on policy prescriptions.
I actually think the way the American people think about this choice is less about the minutia of policy and more about the direction of the country, number one. And secondly, about the person. Character, it does matter.
And Jerry Connolly, the congressman from Virginia there, I asked him more about this. He said, remember what Elizabeth Warren did when she ran back in 2020? She had a white paper for every policy position under the sun. And what happened? She collapsed in the primary. So there's a belief that perhaps you put more ideas on paper, that's a bad idea. But the question is, voters want to see some of those ideas.
Right. Maybe, but if you go with the vibes, it's a vibes election.
Right, that's right.
Hey guys, it's just vibes. Hey, listen, let's avoid actually thinking about things. I mean, what are we, Nazis? I mean, who used to think about things more than the Nazis? I can't agree more. Let's stop thinking about things and let's just go with the vibes, okay? Because none of us want to be Nazis. This is crazy. This guy right here, it's less about the minutia of policies, more about the vision. Hey, believe me, Americans can handle both. Don't worry about it, okay? You don't worry about it. They can handle some vision and policies at the same time. So, you know what happened to Elizabeth Warren? She used to write things down all the time, and you saw what happened to her. She lost. And that's why, because of all that information she was willing to give the American people. What? This is so crazy here. Check out this clip too. This is the vibes. They just keep talking about vibes. It's so crazy.
Message out. They don't anymore in this ecosystem.
In the media, we're preoccupied with how much access, how many conversations is she going to have? I don't know how much that matters.
There is risk in talking to us. There's no doubt about that.
Then you hear the criticism, oh, she has to do more interviews, she has to talk about policy. Insiders you're speaking to, they're sort of like, no, absolutely not.
As a campaign hack, no. I love you all, but I don't want her talking to you all right now.
Remember what Elizabeth Warren did when she ran back in 2020? She had a white paper for every policy position under the sun. And what happened? She collapsed in the primary. So there's a belief that perhaps you put more ideas on paper, that's a bad idea.
The more details you share, the more your policies are going to get picked apart.
Harris has changed this from being a policy election and more of like a movement, a cultural movement.
It's a vibes election.
Right, that's right.
Policy, vibes. Vibes election?
It's a vibes election. This vibes election that we're all feeling right now.
It already felt like a vibes election before.
Most elections are vibes elections.
I think every election, frankly, is a vibes election. And I think there are really only two vibes that matter in American politics. One is hope and joy, and the other is fear and anger.
Candidates don't need us as
Why did that last guy say the two things that matter and then brought up fear and anger? Fear and anger matter just as much. He was trying to insult Trump, but also he made himself sound deranged. The two things that people want, they want vision and they want absolute anger boiling their blood. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for fear. What? You okay, man? This is getting crazy. They're just like the vibes. It's just the vibes. Everyone's just looking for vibes. This is less about policy and what she's going to do for the country or any American for fact, and more about the vibes that she's bringing. Ladies and gentlemen, the vibes Kamala Harris is bringing is communism. Communism's been a great vibe for a really long time. Don't worry about what those conspiracy theories tell you. That's what's coming. If she wins, that's what they're going to be like. Conspiracy theorists have always brought up how bad communism is. But the thing about those people is they do their own research, and that's not that good. That's what's coming next. If she gets in, that's what's coming. Expect that. Let's play. Oh, this is actually her talking. Which is funny enough. This is crazy. This makes me believe there's a certain, Rogan was talking about, many people have been talking about these earrings she was wearing during the debate, saying that they were similar to these, like not walkie-talkie, but headphone devices, like earrings that are microphones. Like people can actually talk to you through these earrings. This makes me believe that it's true because this is her off the cuff, just speaking to people. Let's listen.
About Pennsylvania, because there are a lot of people in Pennsylvania who deserve to be seen and heard. That's why I'm here in Johnstown, and I will be continuing to travel around the state to make sure that I'm listening as much as we are talking, and ultimately I feel very strongly that we've got to earn every vote. And that means spending time with folks in the communities where they live. And so that's why I'm here. We're going to be spending a lot more time in Pennsylvania. I am feeling very good about Pennsylvania because there are a lot of people in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania's great because, oh God, there's people here. And, one of them tried to kill Trump, so that's really good in my book. But I just want to make sure I'm listening and talking with my mouth and with my ears. And, those can interchange at any moment. And got to earn every vote. What? Hey. If the media was normal, if the media was just the media, the way it's supposed to be, that would be it. Just a clip like that, they'd be like, oh, she can't be president. If they all just told the truth, they'd be like, that was shocking and appalling. I hope this woman never becomes president. That's what they would say. But instead, they hear that and they're like, you know what? It's just better that she doesn't talk to us. Actually, you know what? We're a propaganda company, so she better steer clear. It's like, what is happening right now? This is so crazy. And there's more. Tim Walz, of course. This guy. There's something up with this guy. Listen to this.
Boy, she does it all with a sense of joy. Compassionate, careful, joyous leader.
And yesterday, what you saw is joy.
And it was the power of joy.
You know what I love more than anything? The joy. You can't underestimate the power of joy in this campaign. Don't underestimate the joy factor of this. They're going to bring the joy.
People were also just feeling relieved and telling me about how happy they were to see some joy back in the party.
And what we saw last night was this joy, this positivity. You have this happy, joyful, positive ticket.
The most remarkable demonstration of support, enthusiasm, joy.
This idea of joy.
Joy.
Being joyful is part of the American identity.
There is joy in the future. There is joy in having your boss be a black woman. There is joy in what is coming.
What we're hearing from this vice president, future president, is a message of freedom and joy.
I just love that we have this new joy.
You could see it just so filled with the joy of the work.
The fact that we saw that exuberance last night, that joy.
One is hope and joy, and the other is fear and anger.
Oh, you could really see joy and exuberance versus grievance and retribution.
People are tired of fear and anger, and so they're going to give to them the hope and the joy.
This is crazy.
You for bringing.
Oh my God. There's joy in having your boss be a black woman or Indian or Asian, whatever Kamala chooses to be, because that's women. They can be whatever they want to be. I agree. Joy. Happy, joy. That's incredible. And listen, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to compare people to Nazis, okay? I'm not going to do that. But I will say this. And maybe they did it by accident. Maybe it's just a terrible coincidence. But you go and Google strength through joy, and you're going to see a whole lot of Nazis. I'm just saying, maybe they messed up. Maybe they didn't realize that all this joy and strength, if you look that up, I'm just saying, there's a whole lot, the way they march. There's a whole bunch of that marching. And the thing, with their hand, what they do. There's a whole bunch of that. I'm just saying. I'm not going to compare them. I'm not going to do that because that's what they do. That's what they do on the left. I'm not going to compare them to those people. I'm just saying, it's very interesting. There's joy in there's joy in a black woman being your boss. There's absolute joy. That's what they're going to tell you when communism comes. They're going to be like, there's a lot of joy in bread lines. Joe Scarborough's going to be like, I was in a bread line last week, okay? And I was losing weight because I hadn't eaten in days, and it was the best time of my life. There was a lot of joy to be had. His wife's just going to be like, just malnourished. Mika loves it too. I mean, there's a whole lot of joy to be had. Get out of here, man. And then lastly, I mean, just the fact that there are so many people so close to the camera. Why are you so close to the camera, baby? Why are you so close to the camera? I got to make this smaller. But there are actual people who are, they're going along with this. They like this. They like what they're hearing. They like the joy talk. They like the fact that she's avoiding media, and they go right along with it. Listen to this lady. First of all, look her in the eyes. You already know what's coming. Listen to this. Let me unmute this.
You know what MAGA hates the most about us? Our joy. We are the party of fun. We are the party of love, compassion, empathy. We're the party that knows how to bring up the underdog. We know how to help each other out. We know how to raise and support our middle class. They freaking hate that about us. Have you ever been to a party and there's that one person in the room that's just the light? The person that's having fun, the person that's dancing and joyful. There will always be that group on the other side. Oh my God, look at her, look at him, blah, 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 and try to take away that person's light. That's exactly what they are trying to do right now. They are trying to take our momentum of joy away from us.
You know how insane this is. And you know what? I can't condone this one person here in the comment section. She said she looks about as fun as the root canal she desperately deserves. That I don't condone that. You can't be saying that. Who said that? Communist survivor? You can't be saying that, lady. Come on. That's not cool. You can't be saying that, I'm just saying. But it's pretty crazy that there are people who are parroting that out. They're like, oh, they just want to dim our light. That's the conversation between liberals and conservatives, Republicans and liberals. And that's the conversation that's happening. Like, hey, the thing about the border is if you just remain in Mexico, it'll actually bring down the flow of illegal immigrants by at least 60% because they'll all have to stay there and some will actually be able to get asylum, but that will be sorted out there while they remain in Mexico. And they're just like, you're just trying to take my light. You're just trying to take my joy, man. Wait, what? No, it's just the people in Chicago, they're black and Hispanic communities. They're really upset about what's going on. And if we can just stop the flow, it'll stop impacting their communities so badly. Oh, wow. Listen to this guy. He just hates our joy, doesn't he? No, just there's people, they're dying fentanyl and we just got to seal up the border. Wow. You don't sound like you have much joy. This is crazy. The fact that it's working is very, very scary. That is scary. It is scary that this lady is like, oh, they're taking away. They just want our joy. They're taking our joy and I won't let them have it. I keep my joy in a safe under my bed and they're trying to come and get my joy and I won't let them have it. I keep my joy all to myself and Trump's not getting it. I'll never give him my joy. It's pretty wild to hear. What's going to end up happening. I mean, this like all Kamala has to offer currently is price controls, which destroy countries, price controls, a lot of lies, and that's not just me saying it. There's a lot of lies inside of that debate, and vibes and joy. That's it. That's it. That's what you're going to have. That's what's going to be in your fridge. That's what's going to fill your car. It's just going to be vibes and joy. You're just going to run. Hopefully one day you get to see Kamala Harris. You're going to run up to her and you're going to be like, oh, I'm so hungry. Oh God, I haven't eaten in days. I need help. The bread lines, they're overran by Haitians and Venezuelans. They've taken them over. Please, can you help me, Kamala? And she's going to be like, you know what you need? You need some vibes. You're going to be like, oh God, please, you already won. Please, I just need water. I just need bread. Anything. I'm dying. She's going to be like, this guy's trying to take our joy. And she's just going to walk away. She's going to be like, thank you. And that's going to be it. And in that situation I just made up, that guy dies. That's it. He starves to death right there. And then he gets eaten like a cat by Haitians. Oh, no. I take that one back. Take that one all the way back. I'm sorry about that one. No. I'll say that one on stage, but I shouldn't have said that one on YouTube. I apologize. YouTube, I apologize. I'm not going to take it out, but I do apologize. That was wrong. That was it was a wrong. No. We don't talk like that here. Anyway, if you're laughing, stop laughing. Stop it. Don't do that. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy the vibes, the joy, the bread lines. No, but seriously, she's running on absolutely nothing, and it's very, you can't be too surprised, because back in the day, 2020, they made people believe a lot of things back then, but at least then there was an argument of science, but now there's no real argument, and people are still buying into it. I don't get it. I really don't get it, But anyways, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Other than that, I'm out. Joy.